Hello, everyone. My name is Ashton Barker, and if you are watching this video, it is because you have some tiny, tiny inkling or big inkling that gives you an interest in building an income with Young Living. And I promise you, watching this is going to be worth your time. I am really, really excited to share with y'all tonight. Come here, baby. No, you can come tell me good night. This is part of the Young Living business. You can do it with your fam. Love it. Okay, so first I'm just going to tell you a little bit of my story. I got into essential oils, Young Living oils, about 5 years ago and had no intention of doing the business at all. And I dove into the oils. I was a skeptic before, and then as soon as I got them, I just dove right in and started seeing amazing results, started seeing health things happen, and you naturally begin to share with people when cool things happen in your life. So I began to just share with my friends and family, and people began to want some oils of their own. And so I knew enough to say, okay, well, I have this member number. You can put it in these spots and you'll be under me. So the next month I got a paycheck and I was like, okay, I like that. I want another one of those. So I began to share more intentionally, and I started to look into the business side. And I had always had a dream, like ever since I was, I'd probably say junior high. I would talk to my mom about hoping that I could work from home someday. And I always thought that I would have to go be like an accountant and then get like a remote job where I can work from home, but doing accountant stuff. And then as I got older, I realized I really didn't want to be an accountant and thought that things like that were my only option to work at home. And then when I started grad school, I went to grad school to get my master's in food science. Right about the time I started grad school is when I got my oils, and simultaneously became just as interested or even more interested and passionate about Young Living oils and even the business as I was in grad school. Not the best timing, but the Lord knew what he was doing, because 6 months into grad school, my husband and I got surprise pregnant with our son. We had planned to wait a little longer into marriage, but we got pregnant, and I literally graduated grad school with a 4-month-old and was able to immediately be working from home doing Young Living. The Lord's timing was so cool and so sweet. And this business has brought so much more purpose to my life and joy and growth and all these things that I ever envisioned. I never in a million years thought I'd be doing something like this. So I'm going to go over a little bit about what makes Young Living so amazing, why you would even want to do this crazy gig, and then if you have any questions, any skepticism, make sure you write them down, because I would love to talk to you about them. The person who sent this video to you would love to talk to you about them, and it is worth exploring whether or not this is for you, okay? All right, so we're going to get started. The first thing about Young Living, and this is kind of in contrast to some other network marketing companies, you don't have to keep any inventory. That is amazing. You don't have to keep little bottles of oil stocked up and then deal oils and people are coming to your house, you're delivering, none of that. You help people, empower people. Young Living is about empowering you, empower people to get their own membership and order themselves, and you coach and guide them in their journey. Second really cool thing about Young Living, all members get the discount. In a lot of companies, you only get the discount if you come in at the business builder level, like if you're called an ambassador or a coach or whatever. Everyone who gets a starter kit with Young Living comes in at the distributor level with no monthly obligations, no monthly or annual obligations or quotas or anything. Everyone gets the same discount. You don't have to be selling it. You can't get Young Living in a store. There are a few stores, around the world. I actually came across one in Alaska a couple of years ago that a store can have a professional account and sell some Young Living products through that. But other than that, I have never seen Young Living in a store, and it is not the way you want to buy it, I promise you. And so that is really beneficial to you as a business builder. They can't go get these products in a store. Another really important thing, in my opinion, when you're looking at a network marketing company or just a potential company to start for yourself, is consumable products. These products change lives. Bottom line, end of story. And so when you have products that really create change for people use them, they run out, they buy more, over and over and over. And that's really important, because I always joke, we're not selling Tupperware. You can only have so much Tupperware. And we are selling something that changes people's lives, and they will use it, need more, buy more, and that creates job security for you. Next, Young Living is amazing in their compensation plan, and that will be something we'll go into at a later date. But they pay out 50% of their profits to their distributors. That is a lot. That is a very high percentage. And then the other 50% goes to the salaries of their corporate staff, all the staff of the farms, all of that, then all their overhead, like all those things is the other 50%. The bottom 50% is straight to us as distributors. It is not a pyramid scheme. You might hear people come that say like, oh, you're doing one of those weird pyramid schemes. And yes, baby. And that's illegal, or that's weird, or whatever. Well, let me tell you, a pyramid scheme is illegal. But in a pyramid scheme, you pay for something you never get. I have been on Essential Rewards, our incredible auto ship program, for 5 years. Pretty sure every single time I've ordered something, I've gotten what I've ordered and more. So it is not a pyramid scheme. If people are asking you about that or suggesting that, pyramid schemes are a real thing, but network marketing companies, as long as they deliver on their products and what you buy, are not a pyramid scheme. You decide your salary. That is cool. That, of course, there's no perfect formula. Whoa, sorry, that was loud. There's no perfect formula that doesn't say you do this thing, you do this thing, you're going to get this paycheck. It takes work. It takes changing and shifting and learning, but you truly put in what you get out. And that's with anything. That's with working out. That's with eating healthy. That's all those things. And so you truly do get to determine your paycheck. And you are your own CEO. You get to choose your hours. You get to choose what you do. You get to choose how you do it, when you do it, with whom you do it. You are in charge. And that is one of my absolute favorite things, because this is a side note, and this is another aspect of this in a minute, but freedom for me is a huge part of why I do this. I really, really, really value freedom in my time. The more and more I make with Young Living in my finances. And then the really unexpected part of freedom for me that I am experiencing that I never thought was a part of this gig is freedom from chains and insecurities. God has used this business so much to be chipping away at those things that are actually holding me back from stepping into my potential and the way that He created me. And so by no stretch of the imagination am I saying I am walking 100% fully in freedom of any of those things, but I am saying that this business has created a habit and a necessity to begin to work through some things that are holding me back and therefore create freedom in those areas. You can surpass your enroller. So you have someone, when you sign up with a starter kit, that person above you, if they are building a business as well in Young Living, you can pass them in rank. There is nothing that holds you underneath them. There are multiple people in this business. I actually listened to a lady not long ago speak that her enroller is, I think she said, a silver in Young Living. She's a Royal Crown Diamond. And that's the highest rank in our company. Silver is the 4th rank in our company. So she has a way bigger paycheck than the silver. She way surpassed her enroller. And so you do not have a ceiling there either. Okay, this one is huge. Residual income. If you don't know what residual income means, it's money coming in over and over that you don't have to continue to work for. Basically, it's like you get sleep. Hopefully you get sleep. You get paid while you're sleeping. So you get paid, you work for something and you continue to get paid on that thing. And so it frees you up to go and work on this thing and continue to get paid from that thing over and over and over. And that is the beauty of network marketing and Young Living. It is the best. Within that, Young Living allows you to will your income to your family. Once you make $3,000 a month, you do the appropriate paperwork and you can will your income to whomever you choose. And so for me, Drew, my husband, if something were to happen to me, he would continue to get my paycheck for as long as there's a paycheck. And if something happens to him, my kids will continue to get a paycheck as long as there's a paycheck. That, last time I checked, is not how it works. If you're a doctor making a really good income, if you don't show up for work, your family doesn't get your paycheck continually. Same with like a lawyer or an insurance agent or whatever it is that you are doing daily. Eventually, you're not going to get paid. And so you have a willable income opportunity, which is incredible. Next, you get to grow leaders. And so you not only get to begin to step more and more into freedom of the way the Lord created you, but you get to help others do that. And that is so fun. It is so encouraging. Lastly, well, actually not lastly, I have a couple other things to share, but you get to start a business that has the potential to be a multi-million-dollar business, okay? Like that is huge, a multi-million-dollar business. And guess what your startup investment is? $165. Your startup investment is a starter kit. And so you have the potential to have a gigantic business where you aren't having to rent a space, you're not having to pay a staff, you're not having to pay overhead. All you have to do is spend your $165 to start your business. That is incredible. If you look at starting a franchise of something, you're looking at like a cheap franchise would be like $20,000. Okay. So it is incredible. Next, I'm going to read you a couple of things from here. This is backwards, but this is the Game Plan Mini. Sarah Harnish, the author of this, wrote a book, The Game Plan, and this is the Game Plan Mini. It's the first 2 chapters of that book. In the second chapter, she goes through the top 8 reasons she says it's worth it to build a Young Living business. There's some of the same, but I'm just going to go through these because they hit a little bit on some different things. So the first one, she says there's no income ceiling. We've already talked about that. You can continue to earn and earn and earn and earn and earn and earn and earn. Second, the timing has never been better. Young Living is about, What, baby? I love you. You going night night?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, you can sit here, but we gotta be quiet when mommy talks to her friends. Okay. Young Living is all about health, wellness, and abundance. And in particular, helping people get toxins out of their home, help open your eyes to bigger, more proactive health. And the tide is turning and changing that way. People are becoming more aware of what are in their products, what's in their food. And you know this is true because you have a Kraft mac and cheese commercial that says they took out dyes, preservatives, or whatever from their mac and cheese. Like, the only reason they're doing that is because consumers are beginning to demand that. Consumers are voting with their dollars, and they're voting more and more to have cleaner products. People are speaking up, and Young Living is way light years ahead of this health curve that's coming. And so this timing has never been better. People are more and more aware, and Young Living answers and fits that hole. All right, next, you are your own boss. You set your own hours. Already talked about that. Number 4, willable income. Already talked about that. Number 5, this is the same as residual income, but the way that she says it is you can take time off and still get paid. And if you read this book, you can read her story. She started her Young Living business. Her oldest is special needs, and they had to send him to this kind of like a boarding school for a little bit, and he came back home, and she committed an entire month not working at all, doing any Young Living, and just so that she could integrate him back into their home well. Everyone is good, interacting well together. He's comfortable, his needs are met, and her paycheck in December, it was December when that happened for them, was her largest paycheck ever, and she did not work a single day. And so that is the beauty of residual income. Part of that is you are leveraging the work of the people underneath you, but that's the beauty of it. You help them grow, they help their people grow, and it is all mutually beneficial. Next, relationships. So I hit on this with your growing leaders, but this truly is the hidden treasure of doing this business, is the relationships that you build that you never saw coming. And whenever you are working something like this, you're learning to step into your passions, into your strengths, the way that you're created. It brings a new life and joy in you that, for me in particular, I hadn't really experienced doing other things outside of being a mom. I love being a mom, but this just brings a different avenue for me of this, like my passion and purpose. And when you are operating in that, and you also have other people operating in that, running alongside you, the relationship that you create and what you get to experience together is so sweet. It is so fun. Like, I can't even describe how fun it is. You get to take trips together, you get to brainstorm together, you celebrate together. Like, you create friends and friendships that are so great. Okay, 2 more. Guaranteed bonuses. So I mentioned Young Living's compensation plan is amazing. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but each rank has different guaranteed bonuses that help you wherever you are in the journey to hopefully maximize your paycheck. And so whoever it is that is helping you start this business will also train you in how to maximize those bonuses as well. Number 8, the potential for financial freedom. That is a really big goal, but with Young Living, it is a realistic, doable goal. It is my goal for my family. We have a lot of things that we want to be able to do that take a lot of money. And I used to be really scared to say that because it sounds audacious, it sounds scary. And there are parts of it that they are scary and all of that, but man, so worth it and so exciting. And I believe that the Lord is calling us. I think he convicts everyone differently. He puts different dreams and plans for everyone, but there are, I feel like, particular things that he has put on our hearts that he has given us Young Living to be the vehicle to get us there. And some of those things cost a lot of money. And we want to be able to do those things as a family, and preferably while our kids are pretty young still. And so I just want to leave you with this last thought, and then we're going to wrap it up. So, well, this is wrapping it up right here. You were not born to stay small. This is something that I have really struggled with and worked through personally, because I think the enemy wants us to stay small and for our influence to be small. And you have influence regardless of how big or small, and your influence is significant regardless of how big or small. So do not believe the lie that you are only significant or successful if your influence is small. The people in your life around you, you are influencing, and that is enough. Like, that is so important. But you are not made to be small. And this does not also mean that you have to have a cajillion Instagram followers or a cajillion people know who you are. It's not a number or a quantity thing. It is more of a quality of life and a fruitfulness. And not being small for me is learning what it means to lean into things that are uncomfortable, to lean into things that bring about change, and to walk more and more into the freedom of how I was created. And I am so, so excited for you to be able to do that too. And last thing that I want to leave you with, if you do not have dreams to make $1 million a year, that is totally fine. Like, that is a huge thing. If you want to make $300 a month, and that would be a game changer for you, that can be what the Young Living business is for you. If you want to make $1,000 a month, that can be what the Young Living business is for you. This is about you, your family, your needs, and your season of life, all of those things. And so what my dreams are, or even what your enrollers' dreams are, do not have to be yours. And so that is one of the beauties of this Young Living business. You are helping people. You are changing lives by introducing an amazing product into their life. And you can have it be as big or small as you want it to be. You are your own boss. You are your CEO. And we are here to be your cheerleaders and your coach and to help you in whatever it looks like for you. So I cannot wait to work with you. And I hope you have an amazing day.